Sweet, beautiful souls. Hello and welcome. We are going to be doing a mini masterclass essentially on depression. This is a really heavy topic, obviously, and there's a lot of misinformation. And I really wanted to give you all, whether it is you who are struggling with depression or someone that you know and care about, this is designed to be a comprehensive guide and ultimately equip you with solutions to help you overcome or to help someone that you know to overcome this. And first and foremost, I just want to begin like if you are experiencing it, or even if you are impacted by someone that you know and love, like my heart truly goes out to you and I get it. Like, I think that all of us have experienced forms of this, and absolutely do not want to um, diminish anyone's experience who this is their everyday experience. Um, because that's what we're going to be diving into is the people who it is like you can't seem to get what it feels like out from underneath this. And just know there is hope, there's answers, there's solutions, and that is exactly what we're going to be diving into. And we're going to be beginning with like the most tangible into, I promise you, the last one you have probably never heard of a root cause. And these are going to be the four things that I see that are contributing to and really like the root of depression. Okay. So when you go to your doctor, and again, this is no shame or blame against your doctor. However, our mainstream system, they just were not taught and equipped with the wisdom and resources and ultimately solutions to help you overcome all the myriad of health issues and things that we are seeing popping up today. Okay. So this is nothing, no shame or blame against your doctor. However, they just were not equipped with really how to heal the body because I can tell you right now, and this is not medical advice, none of this is medical advice. This is all intended for entertainment purposes only, and ultimately with my deepest goal and hope to help you heal. That's all that my content is designed to do is to help you heal, to empower you, and to bring you back to the truth of who you truly are, of your infinite wisdom and power and source within you. Okay. So we're going to be diving into the ways that I the four root causes of depression. Again, beginning with most tangible into the last one I promise you probably never heard of as a root cause, and so many people are struggling and dealing with this. So, number one, as a root cause that I see for people struggling with depression is going to be their gut health. Your gut, I think it was Hippocrates that said all illness and disease begin in the gut. Our gut, it is called the gut-brain axis for a reason. And my friends, I can tell you firsthand when my gut is off, I am like, it feels like sometimes I am fighting my thoughts. Like it is so difficult to be quote positive when our gut is off. And so the majority of people in our mainstream, especially if you're living in the US being bombarded with glyphosate and chemtrails and heavy metals and aluminum and oh my goodness, the list goes on and on of the toxins that are contributing to dis-ease and feeling unwell. When the body simply cannot process and detox all of this without help. Okay. So I'm going to link below some things that I recommend every single day to just gently detox the body. Some of those things are going to be Shilajit greens, specifically chlorella and spirulina, and some other things that I believe are just really great to detox the gut. Now, if you have been dealing with depression, like just taking some Shilajit and chlorella and spirulina and some of the other things that I'll list down below, it's probably not going to do it or cut it. Like we need to really rebuild and rebalance the gut. And where a lot of people go wrong in mainstream, like the alternative mainstream medicine, so like your traditional naturopathic doctors, is they don't focus on the emotional and the energetic. If we don't focus on the emotional and energetic and we're just doing like parasite cleanses, which I think can be amazing beneficial tools. But here's the thing about parasites is parasites come into the body. And here's the thing, a lot of people have depression and anxiety because of parasites. Okay, this is a very real thing. And I don't know why, but there's like a lot of people who are really scared to do parasite cleanses and they're scared to see what comes out of them. My mind like personally can't comprehend this because I'm like, why would you like I would want that out. I want it out, not just like chilling inside me. Um, but I'm also been in this world for a really long time and have taken classes. When I went to naturopathic school, like we talk about poop all the time. So it's like not a big deal to me. I know it's like a very taboo. People don't like to talk about it. It's the body, okay? Like there's nothing weird or like none of it needs to be weird, okay? So with the parasites, they can alter our gut in such a dramatic way that they will send signals to the brain like they essentially are thinking they are the source of your thoughts if you have a bunch of parasites. What parasites' job, and here's the thing, when you get into this world of parasites, people will start to tell you just get rid of them, eradicate them, get rid like go on these harsh parasite cleanses. That is also not the best solution either. Parasites' job is to they're a cleanup crew. Their job is to come into your body and literally eat the mold, the candida, the heavy metals, the all of the toxins that we're being bombarded with. They their role is to come in and eat that up. And what happens though is they're not being properly dispelled. In other countries, like for instance in Mexico, it's so normal for them to do a parasite cleanse 4 times a year. Like kids are doing it 4 times a year, just normal standard protocol. For whatever reason in the US, we see this as very strange and odd, and people don't want to do it. And they think that we're uh we're not like this third world country. We shouldn't have parasites. My friends, parasites are everywhere. Okay. You are probably breathing them. If you eat any types of fruits or vegetables, you have probably eaten them. And this is a good thing too. Okay. Like you want to be eating fruits and vegetables because if you're eating like junk food, it's actually creating terrain for parasites to flourish. So you want to eat your fruits and vegetables, but it is inevitable that we will contract parasites. Okay. Now there are different parasites and so when we can release them, and a lot of these parasite cleanses are blasting them open. They're like dissolving them. We don't want to do this, okay? We don't want to do this because what happens is that you are literally exploding the parasite along with all of the toxins that it has eaten up to try to take out of your body. So the aluminum, the molds, the candida, this is why people feel so awful on parasite cleanses, is because all those toxins are being recirculated into the body, into the bloodstream, and you've just essentially repoisoned yourself. Okay. So I personally am going to put down below the parasite cleanse that I recommend. It is designed to be very gentle and pull the parasites out whole. Okay. This is key because we don't want to be exploding them in the gut like a lot of these traditional parasite cleanses are doing. So, gut-brain connection. Eating, like watching what you eat, it is so important because you are feeding your mind. Okay. So, and I would never just tell you to take like this is the probiotic that you need. Everyone is different, okay? And also, like the foods that are going to be beneficial for you and your gut are going to be different than Susie and Joe Schmo and Johnny P. Like, all of it's different. So, I really highly recommend working with someone like myself who can tune into your energy and see what your body is specifically needed. And then the level above that is to learn your own body's wisdom. But this can be really hard at the beginning, especially if you haven't been tuning into what your body personally needs. So I believe that there is like a level and a phase of detoxing the body that is really necessary. And then this helps align us now with our innate body's wisdom. Like I'm at the point of my journey, like I eat so healthy that I actually have zero cravings for like the thought of going to McDonald's or going and eating Doritos or a Twinkie. Like I don't crave it at all. like 0% cravings for that. But it's because I've eaten so clean for so long that my body would now see that as like foreign toxins. Okay. So this doesn't mean that I don't eat sugar but it's like natural sugar, like maple syrup and honey, okay, and not in excess, okay. But I also don't fear sugar. I don't fear fruit. Like, okay, so there's so much just like fear out there about like don't eat sugar, don't eat carbs, but don't eat paleo, but don't eat vegetarian, but don't eat vegan. It's like so much stuff. My friends, learn your body's innate wisdom. You will begin to balance your gut, balance your body. And then what happens with this is now we no longer are an energetic match for deleterious parasites to come into the body. Parasites, you will inevitably receive them, and your job for your body is to release them. When your cellular health, your mitochondria, and your body are functioning at a high level, they do not become foreign invaders that poison you. They do not begin to overtake your mind and lead to depression. If you are experiencing depression, there is so often a gut component that is taking place. And again, I'm not like, these are some general things that I'm recommending, and parasites, optimizing the body, gentle detox every day. However, there's usually a deeper thing that I highly recommend working with like someone like myself who can look in and help you with the physical, emotional, spiritual, energetic, all of it, because it's all important. And then when we work on the emotions and we work on the trauma, it's so wild because the physical is actually becomes fortified. So we have to really do both, because also doing like a physical parasite cleanse while doing the energetic stuff on the side, oh my goodness, my friends, you will see amazing results. So, number one, balancing the gut, working with that. This is also going to balance your hormones, and this is going to really help with those neurotransmitters, because so many people, it's like their gut and their hormones are off and they're experiencing depression. And I would say like a little addendum to the gut being off is your minerals being off, which this is they kind of go hand in hand. If you balance your minerals, you're going to balance your gut, and if you balance your gut, you're going to balance your minerals. But really working with our mineral balance, because if you are, let's say you have too much heavy metals in your body, or you have like your ratios, because with minerals, it's all about the ratio. Some people, like myself, for example, when I first started learning about like health and wellness, like people would say like, oh, if you're feeling sick, just take zinc. And so I would just be taking zinc. Well, if you're just taking zinc, but you're not balancing it out with the other minerals that are necessary, like it's all about a balancing game. Like magnesium and calcium and copper and selenium and zinc, like we have to have ratios of these and they have to be in balance. So if you're taking one, you're going to throw off its partner and you're going to create issues. So I really recommend working. Also doing like HTMA testing can be really helpful and beneficial for balancing our minerals and therefore balancing your neurotransmitters and your brain. Okay. Number two. Number two for what I see leading to depression. And again, we're working from physical all the way up to like, no one's going to talk about this. Number two, though, is you are living off path. You're just living out of alignment of your soul, with your soul. Your soul has what I like to call a soul path. You have this soul path that you came here to live, to experience, a version and vision of you that you came to become. When you are not living in accordance with this path, if you are watching all the social medias, doing all the TikTok trends and really comparing yourself to what you see other people doing and trying to create this version of yourself that is not what your soul is desiring for you. Depression is pretty inevitable. This is not your body punishing you in any way. It is literally your soul communicating to you via your vessel, which your body is your communication mechanism for your soul. So if you're living out of alignment, this could be with your work. This could be staying in a relationship that you just know is not like your highest growth and evolution, and it's not like your person that you're meant to be. Like maybe you were meant to be with them for a time, but you're not anymore. This could be staying in a job that is just like sucking your soul, and your soul is like, no, like you're meant to do a job in this field, or you're meant to do your own, pursue your own passion. You're meant to work for yourself and create your own business or bring this idea into the world. And but you're staying somewhere because it feels quote unquote safe or whatever the reasons are. I promise you, when you follow your soul's path, you will be supported. It doesn't mean it's not going to be challenging, but you will be supported. Again, work with myself or someone who can guide you to this. This is really one of my specialties, is seeing your greatest potential and seeing the steps to get you there. When you can know that the steps that you are taking are going to get you on your soul path, soul pull, game over. It is so invaluable to get to this state of knowing and state of being and state of becoming. And again, this doesn't mean there aren't challenges, but knowing that the challenges are growing you, because here's the thing, you can either have challenges in not loving your life, or you can have the challenges in creating the life you love. And so you get to pick. Chances are, if you're listening to this, I know which one you're going to pick. You want the latter. You want the challenges that are going to grow you and expand you. Okay. And so when people come to me, I see your highest potential, I see your highest path, and I will help guide you towards recognizing that within yourself, unlocking that within yourself so that you know the steps and paths to take to get you there. Again, it's not going to be easy, but it will be so rewarding, and your brain will begin to rebalance and you will begin to feel fulfilled even in those challenges that arise, because you're walking on your soul's path. And when you're walking on your soul's path, challenges don't derail you. In fact, they're actually like, okay, like, what can I do to overcome this now? Okay. So, number two, living in out of alignment of your soul's path. And this can be not following, again, like your vocation, your mission, your purpose type thing. Or it can also be like you are staying in a toxic relationship. You know you're meant to move and you're not moving. You are staying with friendships that you have outgrown. You are not pursuing, you're not treating your body well. Like all of these are things that can put you off your soul path. And this is also going to help balance your gut as well, like we talked about in number one. Okay. Number three, I told you we're going to get a little bit more esoteric as we go up. Number three that I see is people are carrying ancestral wounds. A lot of people right now, especially right now, I see like my parents' generation and older, they they didn't go to therapy. They certainly were not talking about their problems. It was kind of like if you're struggling, you push it under the rug, like you pretend like everything is fine and well, and you continue like you're fine, right? We're breaking this model right now, and that like my generation and to come. Okay, so a lot of around my generation and younger, it's like we're breaking these stigmas that looking at your trauma, looking at yourself is like taboo or wrong or any of these things. Like it is now becoming a lot more mainstream, and this is amazing that we get to work on ourselves and we get to prioritize like personal development and mental health and spiritual health, and like spirituality is becoming more mainstream, which is just like wild that it ever became not mainstream, because I feel like earlier on in our lineage and our ancestors, like that was all they knew was being deeply spiritual. Somewhere along the lines, I would say probably in like the Industrial Revolution and stuff like that, it was like we just got like, I don't know, like this like blue collar worker type thing. Religion became really popular, and we're kind of like beginning to dismantle that as far as like a lot of people are leaving religion to embrace spirituality. Again, if you are religious, like this is, you're not doing anything wrong or anything like that. Like everyone has their own unique and perfect path. And I'm not here to tell you what is the right or wrong way to have a connection with the creator. But I do think that we have to have a connection with the creator. I don't think, I know. We have to find and develop our connection with the creator in order to really become our highest version of ourselves. That I feel wholeheartedly in my being is that we came here to know our connection with God, source, divine, the universe. We came to come and know that. And when we know that, we start to receive the answers and healing and wisdom and guidance. But a lot of these ancestral wounds and things that I see are people are carrying this. And so, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't start with this. But like when I took psychology classes back in undergrad. And what doctors tell you is that depression is just like a brain imbalance. It's just a brain imbalance, and you just need this pill to fix it. If that was the case, then why do people need higher doses? Why do they cause all of these side effects? Why then do you need another pill to deal with the liver and then the heart stuff? And it's like, oh, no, your body is designed to heal. Okay. When I was in this psychology class in undergrad, I remember them talking about teaching us that, oh, depression is just this imbalance in the brain and there's just something wrong with your neurotransmitters. Do you really think that the creator of the world would give you faulty neurotransmitters? I just I just don't think so. I really am at this place in my evolution and growth and journey that I believe everything is healable and fixable, and we can cure and heal anything. And so you were not giving faulty neurotransmitters, you were not given a faulty brain, you were not given a faulty mind. You have the ability to heal anything. And so these ancestral wounds, I would say, are the closest thing to what doctors and psychologists have tried to tell us that it is, quote, in our DNA. What it's actually, when we're holding ancestral patterns, it is an energetic imprint that has not been broken, and you came here to break that ancestral, whether it is a curse, whether it is energy, whether it is something that was in your ancestral lineage that is not of the highest love, light, and truth. And you came here to break that. And so if you are feeling and experiencing depression, really, or anxiety, or any type of mental health, this can be really, I'm talking about depression, but really this could be the case for any type of mental illness, okay? You could be experiencing, so especially with depression and anxiety, though, these can be ancestral curses, energies that are imprinted upon the subconscious mind. And when you release these from your lineage and your ancestry, oh my goodness, you not only liberate yourself, but you liberate all of them. I do this with my clients. We can do past life stuff, we can do generational stuff, we can do all of this, okay? This is what will liberate you and your lineage and your parents. And it is one of the most incredible things that we can do, I believe, to heal ourselves and then generations to come. You will now heal and create a healthy blueprint and template for if you want to have children or do have children. Okay. Okay. The last one, number 4. You ready for the most? I don't even want to say that this is like woo woo. This is just the world that we are living in, that no one's talking about this. And for some reason, we think this is so taboo and no one thinks that it exists. But we have to talk about this, and this is dark forces. I cannot tell you how many people I believe I see are struggling with depression, anxiety, mental illness, health issues because they have hooks, curses, attachments, fragments. They have an entity attachment that is hijacking their energy and leading to all sorts of wild illnesses, mental health issues, and problems in your life. I'm speaking from experience, knowing that this is oftentimes the root cause when you just have done everything. You have tried everything to heal your body. You're experiencing all of these really awful things in your life that just don't make sense. And it feels like the second you feel like you come up for air to breathe, there's another thing that knocks you down. The misconception that people will tell you that I believe like the woke and the new age spiritual community is talking about is that like if you're just high vibe, you're not you're not susceptible to dark forces and you're not susceptible to dark energy. You're actually more susceptible because when you are shining your light so brightly, you are an amazing fuel source for dark energy. Dark energy feeds off of light. These are beings that have disconnected from source because we are all connected to source, but these are beings who have disconnected from source and they have to get their energy from somewhere else. And so when they find someone who is radiating light, they will latch on and suck energy from that person. These will be in your fields. These will be taking energy from you, and these will hijack your thoughts and make you think that you are thinking thoughts that are not your own. This is so often the case when I see people who are having suicidal thoughts. If you or someone you know is having suicidal thoughts, 9.9 times out of 10, this is not you. This is not you. Interestingly enough, this kind of makes a full circle back into the root cause one. If you have parasites that have taken over your body, parasites are a form of entities. Entity attachments are just going to be like if you have an entity attachment, you most likely have parasites. You don't necessarily always have an entity attachment if you have parasites, though. So just know that. But an entity will come in, and again, this can also be connected to your ancestry and your lineage. This could be something that you picked up at a gathering where someone was not protecting the space. Like there are so many people who are going to like retreats now and these gatherings and stuff that no one's taught about dark forces and no one's taught about how to protect a space, that they're just leading you into meditations and leading you into these expanding your consciousness, and people are picking up energies and entities because when people are not aware of how to safeguard and protect and create a safe space for people spiritually, entities will come through. If you are just opening your channel and just like, I just want to talk to the Arcturians and the Pleiadians and all of these beings, but you don't know how to discern what is good and truth, you are most likely picking up and tuning into dark forces. Okay? When dark forces see like an opening, they're like excited. They're like, perfect. This person doesn't know. We're going to come through. And here's the thing, though, this is ultimately teaching you a very valuable lesson. This is ultimately teaching you discernment. This is ultimately teaching you how to become the best version of yourself. So even though these are very challenging and like tragic, I believe, like if you look out in our world, there's clearly dark forces at play. It's not all love and light. It is not like we're just, I'm so sorry. Like I've just gotten to this place where I don't believe it's all just like kumbaya, we're all one. Yes, ultimately, at the higher perspective, we are all one. But in this 3D earth plane, we have to learn to navigate our 3D being, which is a physical, energetic, and spiritual being. And it is susceptible to dark force energies. Now, once you learn this, we can clear them, we can release them, and really take back our sovereignty in who we are and reclaim our energy. And oh my goodness, when you release a dark force, you will feel like you have released lifetimes of trauma because you probably have, and so much energy that has been depleting you and hijacking your mind and giving you thoughts that are not yours. If you have any type of thoughts of taking your life, those are not yours. Innately encoded in every single human is a desire to live. This is why humans innately fear death. And even if you've done so much work around death, there is still this little fear of death, and we all have it, and it's so normal. And so now if you are contemplating taking your life, that is a dark force, that is an entity attachment. There's something that needs to be removed from your field, okay? And so work with someone who has this awareness, who has this understanding of dark forces, of entity attachments, of this realm of being, because it is all love, it is all God, but there are dark forces and we have to be aware of this. So, there's a lot here. These are the four things. These are the four things that I see as the root cause of depression. It's not that you have some imbalance in your brain. It is not, you could have an imbalance in your brain, but it is not because of a pharmaceutical deficiency. You don't have a pharmaceutical deficiency. You could have a mineral deficiency that you take a little bit of minerals and you balance that out and then you're good. It could be a gut hormone deficiency, depletion, dysregulation. When we balance this out, this it could be not living on your soul path. And here's the thing, you could have all four of these things. You could have all four of these things, and we can correct and balance all of them. You are never too far off. It is never too late. Nothing, okay? But you do have to reach out. You do have to take the steps forward and initiate this process of healing. You have to signal to the universe, like, here's the thing, you have asked, show me how to cure this, how to help. The universe gave you this video, so you have to take the next step, reach out, okay, to get yourself the support. You have to meet the universe halfway. And then once you get this under control, the depression, and then also whether it is anxiety or any type of mental health challenge really that you are struggling with, can be resolved and you can be living on your path. You can be living a more deeply rewarding and fulfilling life. And again, I want to reiterate, this doesn't mean that there aren't challenges, but it means that you have the stamina, the strength, and the clarity and confidence to overcome all of them. So reach out. This is my specialty, helping people with all of this. Okay? Know that you are not alone. There's nothing wrong with you. And if you are dealing with this, I'm just sending you such a big energetic hug right now. And there is help. There are answers. There is support. You can heal, and I can help you heal if you so choose. But again, you have to meet the universe halfway. You have to meet the universe halfway. If you've stayed this long, thank you. It shows that you are in such devotion to your truth, your path. And just know you are on the path. Your guides, your soul brought you this. And so you know and you feel into how you want to move forward. But I promise you that there are answers and solutions and complete healing. And so with that, all the links for everything that I mentioned will be down below. I'm just sending you all infinite love and light.